Turkish fishermen captured a Ukrainian Magura naval UAV loaded with explosives. Government officials have not yet made an official statement on the matter. I will share further developments with you as they unfold. Suppressing enemy resistance in the Krasnoarmeysk direction is possible, including with the fire support of sniper groups. The objective is to eliminate enemy manpower and unmanned aerial vehicles. Attack and reconnaissance UAVs, FPV, and heavy helicopter UAVs are present everywhere here. The sniper unit is equipped with various types of rifles, ranging from the time-tested SVD to modern high-precision SV-98 and Orsis rifles, as well as Kalashnikov assault rifles. The choice of weapon depends on the specific mission and terrain conditions. Additionally, Russian soldiers have gained significant experience countering enemy FPV drones and can quickly dismount from their vehicles to destroy them.
Красавчик! Крыло!
This afternoon and evening, airstrikes were carried out on targets in Dnipropetrovsk and Kharkiv. 12 Garan UAVs flew to the center of Dnipropetrovsk, and about 10 UAVs flew to Kharkiv. Airstrikes were also carried out on the railway infrastructure in Chernihiv. Power outages were observed in the Nezhin district of the region. The UAV unit affiliated with the Southern Forces Group destroyed an enemy ground robotic complex transporting supplies using an FPV UAV. The destruction footage has been objectively verified. A Russian reconnaissance UAV detected the location of 2 Ukrainian infantrymen advancing on the Dnipropetrovsk front. A fiber-optic drone immediately arrived and began searching for the 2 Ukrainian soldiers. The fiber-optic drone, working in conjunction with the reconnaissance UAV, located the target. Russian forces are advancing towards Novopavlivka from the south, from the direction of Filia. Footage of a Ukrainian armed forces group being hit by Russian artillery in the Dnipropetrovsk region.
Выстрел! 7, 58, 27, 29, 212 по готовности огонь. Выстрел! Орудие! Выстрел!
An epic video from the cameras of Garan kamikaze UAVs during attacks on a train carrying Ukrainian armed forces property and fuel tanks in the Bobrovitsia district of the Chernihiv region. The UAVs also captured footage of Ukrainian armed forces helicopters attempting to stop them. The attack took place approximately 150 kilometers from LBS. Kupiansk direction. Russian armed forces FPV drone operators carried out intense attacks on Ukrainian forces' logistics during night operations. These pickup trucks, which were rapidly transporting supplies, ammunition, and equipment to the front lines, were destroyed by the Russians before reaching their targets. These pickups, were also carrying construction materials. Even though the pickup trucks were rendered unusable after the drone attacks, drone strikes continued one after another to ensure they were completely wiped off the map. Such vehicles can later be used as traps, therefore they must be completely destroyed. According to a statement from the Russian Ministry of Defense, the crew of a T-80 BVM tank belonging to the Central Military Group disrupted the rotation of Ukrainian armed forces units in the direction of Krasnoarmysk. The tank, in a closed firing position, managed to hit its targets with precision. Objective verification confirmed that the operation was successful. In the Donetsk direction, FPV UAV operators struck an electronic warfare station and a shelter where Ukrainian armed forces infantry were located. The destruction footage was verified with objective confirmation. Ukrainian positions were hit in Gavrilovka, in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Factories and various military buildings appear to have been destroyed. The source of the attack was not specified in the news report, but I think it was a Su-34 FAB 500 or FAB 1500. Write your thoughts in the comments. Another FAB 3000 attack on the Ukrainian Armed Forces air defense system. This time, the attack hit the base of the Ukrainian Armed Forces 28th Air Defense Brigade in the village of Konstantinovka. Sumy region, near Yunikivka village. A Russian fiber optic drone conducting reconnaissance stumbled upon a shelter. It moved to attack, but the drone did not explode. The drone's propellers remained spinning for a while, and a Ukrainian soldier inside came out to check what had happened. The fact that the drone was still there and hadn't exploded made the soldier nervous. Not knowing what to do, the soldier just looked around. What would you do? Military personnel from the Alisk Motorized Rifle Regiment, part of the Central Group, used FPV UAVs to strike enemy positions, supply routes, and heavy hexacopters belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces near Krasnoarmysk. The crew began by preparing their positions, deploying equipment, camouflaging antennas, and readying the UAVs. After receiving target data, engineers armed the UAV with ammunition. The pilot flies to the target, assesses the situation, selects an attack line, and uses his skills to accurately strike the windows and doors of buildings. New footage of Ukrainian unmanned boats being destroyed in the Black Sea using light weapons and Lancet UAVs. Ukrainian forces are using unmanned boats for both defense and occasional offensive operations. However, Russian forces with advanced systems are destroying Ukrainian boats. A Russian FPV drone heading towards Kupiansk spotted 4 Ukrainian soldiers running quickly near buildings. It flew towards the soldiers at high speed. It hit the nearest soldier. A Russian soldier hit the position where Ukrainian soldiers were located with a grenade launcher at close range.
Давай, в синий дом!
Russian reconnaissance UAV operators discovered a UAV control point deployed in the wooded areas towards Dnipropetrovsk. The position was monitored for a while and the coordinates were calculated. When Ukrainian soldiers went outside, they noticed the Russian drone approaching and returned to the shelter. The Russian drone entered the shelter. A pickup truck belonging to the Ukrainian forces was traveling down the road when a Russian FPV drone suddenly appeared in front of it. The soldiers in the vehicle reached for their weapons to shoot down the drone, but it was too late. Russian air forces conducted an airstrike on a residential area in the village of Veliki Prokhody in the Kharkiv region using a Ka-52 attack helicopter targeting Ukrainian armed forces UAV operators. The destruction of the target was objectively confirmed. The Russian Air Force attack was successful. Simultaneous destruction of several Ukrainian UAV crews. A Russian operator detected an enemy FPV UAV engineer while reconnoitering the area. Further reconnaissance revealed several more crews in the area. The information was immediately relayed to artillery units, and all enemy nests were destroyed shortly thereafter.
Выстрел! Выстрел!
Another example of humanity and empathy from Russian FPV teams. None of the warplanes would ever deliberately target civilians, even if there was the slightest suspicion. In the video, a man is seen stopping when he sees the drone, landing, and appearing to be a civilian. The drone flew past the man. The drones in this clip are a bit strange. 2 Russian drones crashed into a Ukrainian bunker, but the explosives on the drone did not detonate immediately. It exploded a little late. Why do you think this could have happened? Do you think there was a possibility that the soldiers in the bunker could have escaped because of this late explosion? Lyman direction. Soldiers of the 7th Brigade of the 3rd Army plant a flag on Serebryanka in Seversky direction. This clip shows the intensity of the fighting in the region. Russian armored and mobile troops continue their intensive offensive. Despite mines and drone attacks, Russian tanks are advancing steadily and landing infantry safely. Groups of Russian motorcyclists are advancing rapidly and conducting sudden raids on Ukrainian soldiers. Footage of the capture of several Ukrainian forces' forts in the harbor direction. Russian soldiers detonate explosives at extremely close range in bunkers. They use grenades, anti-tank mines, and many other explosives. Leave your thoughts on the tactic of launching anti-tank mines at close range in the comments. Kharkiv region. FPV UAVs, VT-40 and KVN, destroy equipment and means of communication of the Ukrainian forces. An interesting military pickup, Volkswagen Amarok, with an REB system on the hood and armor was destroyed. The owners left the scene in a hurry, and the operator was sent flying again by a shot that hit inside the pickup. Various antennas and UAV electronic devices were also destroyed. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that artillery shelling of the southern troops destroyed a UAV control center and a Ukrainian mortar located in a bunker near the Serebryanka area in Donetsk. The positions were destroyed as a result of precise calculation of coordinates by reconnaissance UAV operators. What do you think the Russian-Ukrainian war would have been like without drones? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Double ambush by FPV UAVs with fiber optic cables on a vehicle with Ukrainian soldiers and an ambush in the Sumy region. In the second part of the video, a double FPV UAV attack on a HMMWV of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Sumy region. Russian FPV drone operators destroyed another Ukrainian drone control point. The electronic devices and position were destroyed by the attack of several FPV drones. In this direction, Ukraine's birds in the sky were disconnected. The frontline troops were deprived of the assistance of drone operators.